Hello Primal Eaters, my name is Paul. You might know me as Rivvin on the forums. Today I'm going to be putting together a meal that satisfies three main goals. It's quick and easy, it's delicious, and it's impressive, but it has only primal ingredients. So what we're making today is a very protein heavy meal. It's a very hearty meal. We're going to be making a vibrant yellow beef stew. And to go with that, we're going to make asparagus planks topped with bacon, cheese, and eggs on the cloud. We're going to start with the eggs on the cloud. So I'm going to go over the ingredients here so I can show you what we use to make these with. And we have the asparagus, a slice of Swiss cheese, some bacon, egg whites, separated from an egg yolk, and cream of tartar. So the first thing we're going to do is actually start putting together the eggs on the cloud. To do that, we have to whip our egg whites into stiff peaks. So I'm going to add half a teaspoon, or an eighth of a teaspoon, of cream of tartar. And start whipping. Alright, so you can see whenever I lift these up, they stay in peaks, so we know that the egg whites are actually ready to be turned into clouds. So the first thing we're going to do is assemble our asparagus planks. So I'm going to take the asparagus I have here and lay it out on your baking sheet, nice and close together. And the cheese and the bacon together are what is going to hold this asparagus together and keep it from rolling around. Alright. So, there we have our asparagus plank. And now on top of this we're going to set some bacon. So just cook some bacon however you normally cook it. Doesn't really matter, just make sure the pieces are nice and straight. I'm going to tear mine in half and lay them right across the top of the raft, just like that. And then we're going to take a slice of Swiss cheese, set it right on top of the bacon. Then we're going to take the egg whites and actually form a cloud around the sides of the raft, but leave an indentation in the middle. So I'm going to take these nice egg whites here, just kind of spread them. Now if you see there's a hole right here in the middle, that's where the egg yolk is going to go. So I'm going to take the egg yolk that I had separated out, I'm going to slowly drop it right in the center. That is going to be our egg on a cloud. We're going to bake this in a 350-degree oven for 10 to 15 minutes or until it really starts to brown on top of the cloud. But any longer and the eggs will become hard as a rock. So really watch these. Slide it in. And that's it. Alright, so it's been about 15 minutes. So take it out of the oven. There's your egg on a cloud. Go ahead and plate it up. Slide it off. And there you go. Alright, so we finished the asparagus planks with the eggs on the cloud. So as you can see here, I have the cast iron pot here, or skillet, heating up to start the next course, and that is the beef stew. Now, we already had our eggs and our bacon on the eggs in the cloud, so for the other major food group, we're going to have beef. So for this stew, we need about a pound of stewing beef, some Parmesan or Pecorino cheese, about 100 grams, 3 egg yolks, 4 ounces of chicken stock, or you could also use 2 ounces of white wine and water, about 2 cloves of minced garlic, 1 lemon, and black pepper, and some olive oil. That's all you need for this stew. It's very simple, but there's a few tricks in it that make it a little bit different than most beef stews. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and get our garlic sauteing. So oil up your pan. Take your garlic. Go ahead and let that get nice and hot. once the garlic starts to smell pretty strong, go ahead and dump your meat in. So we're going to cook this until it's browned all over, but not all the way cooked through because we're going to add some liquid so it's actually stew the meat. So just let it sit until it's nice and brown. So the meat's been cooking for a little while. You can see it's very nicely browned, and we have kind of a crust formed in the bottom of the pan. You could use white wine for this, but since I'm trying to keep it as primal as possible, I'm going to use chicken stock. So I'm going to add about 2 ounces, so half what I have in here, just to kind of get all the stuff off the bottom of the pan. So I'm going to scrape all that up. And then once all that's up, add the rest of your liquid. Give it a quick stir and cover it. And that's going to simmer until the stewing beef is cooked all the way through. Now we have to actually start making the sauce. So for the sauce, what we need is 3 egg yolks that are beat up. And once those are all nice and beat and they're a little bit frothy, we're going to add in the juice of lemon. Got a seed in there. Alright, so once you have the lemon juice and the eggs together, you're going to stir it, and you're just going to keep whisking it, and you're going to make an emulsion, because what's going to happen is the lemon juice is going to react with the eggs and actually coagulate them and make them thicker. So I took the pan off the heat, and it's been sitting for about 2 minutes or so, because we don't want to put the eggs in here or sauce and they immediately start cooking, curdling, and scrambled eggs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spoon some of this liquid out and put it in this little decent place bowl. And we're going to use this liquid to actually temper our egg mixture. That should be enough. So I'm going to add just a little bit of pepper to our eggs. Stir. And now I'm going to take this liquid and slowly pour it in and temper our eggs. So our eggs are nice and tempered. I'm going to go ahead and add them into the pan here. We're going to give that a stir, get everything all nice and mixed up, and now we're going to get it back on the heat, and we're going to start reducing this down. Yep. Alright, so now I'm going to take it off the heat. You can see that the stew is really starting to thicken up, so I'm going to go ahead and add the cheese. And this is Parmesan, but you could use Pecorino or any other hearty cheese like Parmesan or Romano. So go ahead and give this a stir, and that cheese is going to start to melt and give us a beautiful creamy sauce. Alright, so it's been cooking for about 5 minutes. All the cheese is melted, the egg mixture is thickened up, and we have kind of a paste. And like I said, it's a stew, but it's really thick, you know, pasty, hearty kind of stew. So once you kind of get this rich texture to it, take your previously made egg in a cloud, add some of this cheesy beef mixture, and there you go. Here is our primal meal: asparagus planks with egg in the cloud and cheesy beef stew.